Nirvana fans believe the band could reunite for a tour with Post Malone on vocals, replacing the late Kurt Cobain. Ever since Post Malone collaborated with the surviving members of Nirvana on Saturday Night Live, rock fans have been convinced it could be the beginning of something more long-term. Iconic Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain was found dead at his home in Seattle in 1994, aged 27, having suffered a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. It led to Chris Novoselic and Dave Grohl disbanding, with the latter going on to enjoy enormous success with the Foo Fighters. To mark SNL's 50th anniversary, meanwhile, rapper and singer Malone joined Novoselic and Grohl on stage on Saturday, February 15, to perform Nirvana's most famous track, 1991's Smells Like Teen Spirit. It followed a live stream by the 29-year-old, born Austin Richard Post, in which he performed a stunning rendition of several Nirvana songs in 2020, in which he was accompanied by Travis Barker. Since Saturday, fans have taken to social media to ponder whether the trio will play together on tour, with Malone taking up full vocal duties. Post Malone and the remaining members of Nirvana do have a magic, penned music presenter Mitch Lafon on X. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this touring stadiums in 2026. Way too much money to just leave it on the table. Lafon followed that up with another tweet, in which he detailed the potential benefits to the economy. Even though I'm not a Nirvana fan, I would fully support a tour of the surviving members and Post Malone or any other singer, and here's why, he said. JOBs, jobs for staff and vendors at the venues, jobs for the roadies and other crew members, jobs for reporters and photographers who would cover and write about the shows, jobs for publicists, jobs for those who make and sell merch, jobs for parking attendants, jobs for hotel staff near venues, just jobs, jobs, and more jobs. He closed, if Queen can go out without Freddie Mercury, then Nirvana can go out with Post Malone. One fan penned in response, I'd support a tour not only for jobs, but for the financial profit it would provide for a lot of people/communities, fans who never got a chance to see the band live, bringing back the era of music that was huge while it was, and they did justice to Kurt's music on this show. Another fan hailed, I'd pay, they were spectacular. A third suggested, yep, it's bound to happen. Linkin Park came back without Chester. No reason why Nirvana won't either. 2026 will be a big year for grunge. I don't see it happening this year, as Post Malone has a stadium tour all summer into the fall. A fourth added, I think it would be a very successful tour. Even my teenagers said they'd love it, and I didn't think they were Nirvana fans. And a fifth praised, as a huge Nirvana fan, watching Post Malone do a set of their songs during COVID, he did them justice and a great job. Others, however, cast doubt over the trio working together again. The only hole I see is that both Post Malone and Dave Grohl are playing bigger places on their own than Nirvana ever did as an active entity, one ex-user said. 30 years of pent-up demand seems more a variable than a certainty. The moment was special, but unsure it's enough to sustain a tour. Whilst a second pondered an alternative scenario. Post's current tour, which I'll be seeing in a few months, is nearly sold out, and if the Foos toured again, they could sell out on their own without difficulty. So I don't really see the need to make this happen. I suspect that Post will do a few Nirvana covers on stage. And a third said any Nirvana band without Cobain shouldn't be so called. Don't call it Nirvana and I'm good with it. They exclaimed, Kirk was, is, and will always be Nirvana.